Last but not least, the very last person to be introduced to this, Mr. Donald Trump. Mr. Donald Trump.
Woo!
Pleasure, sir.
Sir.
Well, the pleasure is all mine, okay, except for the fact that I'm sitting with a couple of losers. I don't know. RFK is not so bad, but Biden, I don't know. This guy.
You're not doing so bad over there, FK. We'll get that pop in right there for you, Mr. Donald Trump. And would you like to start with this debate? Do you think we should get started right now, or do you think we should wait for something that you have to say? Is there something important that you should say right now?
Well, I just want to say that, where are we? What state is this? I don't.
This is Ohio.
We in Ohio.
Okay. Well, your football teams suck. Okay. That's,
All right, well, let's get this debate started. How about that?
Excuse me. They suck. They really do. You look at the Cleveland Browns. It's not even a football team. And then the Bengals. They're either so bad that they're good, or they're so good they're bad. I don't even know.
This is going to be a great time. Very excited to be sitting right next to you as you slander my love.
Yeah, what is that? It's a tiny little orange man. Okay. They call me a big orange man. You don't even get that. You're tiny. Tiny orange man.
We can get into these questions here very soon, Mr. Donald Trump. On to the next one, Mr.
wait,
Donald
there's more?
Trump.
Mr. Trump.
What's up, boys? How we doing?
How's
We're
it going,
doing
Mr.
great.
Trump?
How about you, sir?
Not too bad. I finished a round of tremendous golf earlier. Okay, hence the golf shirt. It's probably the greatest round of golf anybody's ever seen, especially considering, I was shot this weekend, okay?
What's
Yeah.
that handicap? What you shooting? What's your?
We don't even have to talk about it. I think I'm the greatest golfer, probably. You look at John Daly. John Daly drinks a lot. I think I've got a pretty John Daly golf game, minus the alcohol.
You like a lot of Diet Cokes and Snickers?
Diet Coke is great. We love Diet Coke. The DC, okay, the DC.
I think I would love to see you versus John Daly go head-to-head, sir.
I think John Daly. I think one time I tried. I said, John, we got to go out and do that, and he said, I'm a little hungover. That never stopped me before, but he was excited to go to a restaurant of some kind, eat some Chinese food. China.
I understand, sir. But let's dive into the elephant in the room here, okay?
The Elefante.
Precisely.
Mucho Elefante.
Last week, there was an incident of you on stage where you almost lost your life. Walk us through that.
Well, as a lot of people have talked about, someone leaked a conversation. I don't know how it got leaked, but me and Robert were having a very nice conversation. I love Robert dearly. He had a great conversation. He's a great guy. And I talked to him, and I said, you can hear it in the video. I said it was like the biggest mosquito ever. You look at how big these mosquitoes can get. There's an African mosquito, okay, and they get pretty large. And this one reminded me of the mosquito africanus. I think it's probably the biggest mosquito bite when you feel it. And then I realized I was bleeding, and I was wondering what that was. So,
Did it itch at all? If you thought it was a mosquito bite?
that's a very stupid question. Stupid questions for stupid people. Why do you work with this guy?
Sir, we will talk about that later.
Okay, he thinks he's some great question guy. He asks what people had for breakfast. I don't know what's going on. He's like, what'd you eat? Did you put syrup on the waffles? What kind of idiot doesn't put syrup on waffles?
Mr.
Are you a
Kennedy
loser? You put
doesn't.
syrup on your waffles.
No, I put butter.
You're a loser.
Oh,
Mr. Trump, during the shooting, before you left the stage, you did raise your fist up to the American people. What was that sign of? Why did you stop as a shooter was shooting at you?
You know what I did? I said, excuse me, I got to get through. I said, wait. And I put my fist in the air because, quite frankly, I got to tell people I'm still alive. They didn't get me, okay? These guys, they tried, and they just couldn't, okay? I was like, Muhammad Ali in the ring. They try so hard, but I'm floating like the beaver. I think the phrase is, float like the beaver.
I think it's a butterfly, sir.
It's a butterfly. Float like a butterfly and sting like the wasp or whatever it is. But, we're doing...
We're close.
Yes.
it's
so
water under the fridge.
water under the... Okay, yes. That.
I think Mr. Trump is getting upset with you.
Never.
Mr. Trump, any final remarks?
Well, I've always got remarks. I've got the biggest remarks. You asked anybody, I probably have the greatest remarks. Right now, all I've got is that guy is so stupid. We've got a lot of time left, and I think he's going to have to impress me with some tough questions because these are not tough. CNN asks tougher questions, and we know how I feel about
We'll get
them.
on that, sir. We'll get right on that. We'll get right on that. All right, and on for the end of round 2, we go back to Mr. Donald J. Trump.
Fuck up. I can't fuck up.
Mr. Trump, how are you, sir? Are you doing better after the first round?
I'm doing so great. Listening to Robert is fantastic. He does such a great job. He's going to lose, but he does such a great job. Robert is like the bronze medal in the Olympics. It's so great for your country that you tried, but you're still a loser.
That's honestly, that's a quote that I think should be put on a shirt somewhere.
I think it should be a T-shirt.
I
okay?
think you
T-shirt
are
or a
pretty
hat.
good
Robert
at
F.
selling
Kennedy,
merch, sir.
he's good for bronze, but not for the country.
Speaking of merchandise and other things of that nature, I wanted to clarify for the people listening right now. Did you make a line of shoes? Or was somebody else that made line that you just said yes to? The shoes that came out not too long ago?
A line of shoes. I did. We had the mega shoes. I mean, I didn't. So a lot of people make merch for me, and then I don't really sign off, and I get people that do that. I have people who have people who have people.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at the shoes. I say that's great. I love these people making shoes, but I personally didn't make a shoe. That's my good buddy. He's a great friend of mine, Kanye West. He makes his own shoes. Yeezy. Okay. Also, Nike did a very bad thing getting rid of those shoes. He's got the greatest shoe. I love those shoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Let's jump into something different. Okay. We talked about it in the first round, and I want to reiterate because a fairy tale, as you meant, fairy tale. He brought up golf, and I wanted to bring up golf to you as well because it seems as if after what happened last week, you went out for a round of golf. Is that correct?
That is true.
And from what we heard, you made a fantastic putt.
I did. I made a really good shot.
Really
Unlike
good shot.
that guy on Saturday.
Oh shit.
Can't fight that.
Can't fight that.
Can't fight that. Ears healing up well, I can see.
No
involving
bandage.
involving a golf, who do you think would win? You or Joe Biden?
Well, that's not even a question, okay? Joe, you can't even carry a golf ball, okay, let alone a bag. You said carry your own bag? That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. I can carry all the things. Of course, I like to drive a golf cart because nothing makes you feel more like a man than driving a golf cart, okay? A golf cart and a lot of balls and a lot of clubs, and you're going to do some swinging and you're going to hit some holes, and it's going to be great.
So we've heard that Mr. President Biden has offered a challenge against you in a driving contest to see who could drive the ball farther. Could you tell us how far you can drive the ball right now?
What'd you carry?
I could drive farther than probably anybody ever. I have driven so far. One time I drove all the way to California, but I know you're talking about golf. I love to drive the ball. Driving the ball, you just get a connection, a little swing, a little swing, and it's great, okay? I think I drive probably, 700, 800.
God bless
That's
America.
You got some real power, Mr. President.
It's totally true. I got a lot of power. See, this guy, he's coming around. He knows what a good golfer looks like, okay?
Mhm.
Because he's not one, and he knows what he wants to be when he grows up.
Fuck, man.
I think that might have hurt his feelings, Mr. President.
Just a little bit.
I'm not here to make friends. I've got a lot of friends. I got a lot of tremendous friends. I'm here for a podcast, okay?
That you are, kind sir. But more importantly, a debate. More importantly, figuring out necessarily what you can do for the people going forward. So let's just say in general for this topic that we're talking about for golf, what could you do for America involving golf?
Well, I think we're going to make tea time a national holiday. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take the tea and we're going to take the time and we're going to write it down and we're going to sign that baby into law because people deserve to golf when they want to golf and not golf when they don't want to golf. And I think that should be a thing. Tea time.
I like that. I like
Trump
that a lot.
time.
Trump time. Oh, sir,
Trump
I see
time.
what you did there. I see what you did
I
there.
like that.
I
have another question. I have a question for you, Mr. Trump. So I asked Mr. President Biden what his stance was on how he planned on improving the border. You started building a wall, and then they started tearing it down. What's your
Okay.
stance now?
Okay, it's so bad what they've done to this country. Okay, Joe Biden, he has ruined this country. This country used to be great. It's gonna be great when I take it back over. But quite frankly, he's done so many terrible things. You look at what he's done. They're pouring across the streets. They're pouring across the border. They're coming in. They're taking all the jobs. They're taking lots of different jobs, and I don't understand why we're doing this. We're letting them pour across like a drippy faucet. The faucet's leaking. You call a plumber. You don't let it leak. We're leaking right now as a country, and the plumber's not being called. I will be the plumber.
Currently, right now,
I
my
will
sink
plumb it all
is
up.
leaking. Actually, I do
The
need to
sink
call a
is-
plumber as well. Any final regards into this segment here?
Joe Biden has done a terrible job to this country, a terrible thing. He's ruining this country, and I think it's very apparent. And I wish that he would step down because I'm going to beat whoever, and I don't really want to beat him. I mean, I beat him before, and we don't talk about it, but we're going to beat him again, and then it's just so bad for Biden. What is they going to do? Going to put him in a home? What are they going to do with him?
I think we are going to get down to the bottom of that today. Thank you very much. Alrighty, now let's get on to the final of this round 3 here. Mr. Donald Trump back again. How are you, sir? How has this debate been treating you so far?
You keep asking how I am like I'm going to change in between 3 minutes ago since you last asked me the question.
Well, sir, I'm asking these just because your opponents are talking and they are making statements about America, and I
they're
just want to know
making
how they're-
statements, but these guys, I love Robert, like I said before, but he's being a little bitch, okay? Because quite frankly, he's not attacking anybody. There's no attacks. There's no nothing. And Biden, Joe, what do you even? Is Joe alive? Can we check on Joe?
Joe had to go use the restroom again.
Okay, I don't know what's going on with his bladder. The doctors keep giving him all these tests. He said he did so well. Where are these tests? A lot of people, 2016 people were asking me to drop my tax records. Where are these tests? Where are these tests that he is sound state to run the country? I don't know where these tests are. He's got to do these tests.
Well, involving
him.
a test, sir, I wanna mention something because you tested the world on your last presidency by, in a sense, potentially, and this isn't my words. I just want it to be known these are not my words.
Quote unquote.
Verbally assaulting and attacking athletes such as LeBron James and other people on Twitter, as what the time was now. It is X. If you become president again, are you going to get on X and tweet as much as you did last presidency? And if so, who was your first victim?
So, if I get back on Twitter, first off, I'm never calling it X. X is stupid. Elon Musk, great guy, fantastic guy. I don't love him, but he's a great guy. And that's stupid. As a presidential order, I would change it from X to Twitter. It's just
We're
so
going
stupid.
back to Twitter.
Nobody wants to be on X. You have X's for a reason. That's not the girlfriend that you're going to be with forever, okay? It's called X for a reason. You put stuff on Twitter, it stays there. You want people to look at it. You put stuff on X, it's like, why would I go look at X?
We understand this statement. A lot of
I
people have said the
understand
same exact thing.
I honestly understand.
It's stupid. But going back to your question, my first attack would be Rosie O'Donnell because she's a pig. Everyone knows she's a pig, okay? And I think I'd attack her quite well. I mean, I'm on Twitter. I haven't really gone back to it. They've unbanned me, but I've not really done anything with it. And I think if I did, I think that there would be a lot. Okay, I think there would be a lot that I would go after. I would go after Ron DeSantis, even though he gave me a great endorsement. Did you guys see the RNC? Fantastic endorsement, but he still wears the lifts in the shoe. Be a man, be tall, okay? I think he's short, so that's why he lost. He lost like a dog, okay? He did nothing. That's why I'm still here and he's not, okay? What's the Elton John song? I'm Still Standing. That's a thing.
I love this answer. And I just want to know, can I ask an athlete, what's the first athlete that you're going after? Because it seems like you have a problem with some of these athletes between the money, as you said.
Probably Angel Reese, okay? She's a fantastic basketball player, but she's taking everything away from Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, a fantastic athlete. There'd be no WNBA without Caitlin Clark. She's bringing the sport. You can't even say she's bringing it back because it never was. It's like Jeb Bush's political career. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Oh, so would you say that? I just want to make sure I got those words correct out here. you want Caitlin Clark to be the star of WNBA.
I think she is the star, and I think they left her off the Olympic team.
Is there a reason why?
I mean, how un-American is that? The best player on they'd never leave LeBron James off of the men's team. They'd never do that. Jordan was never off of the men's team. It's a disgrace what they're doing. A total disgrace.
Okay. Sorry, Tech was waving at us because he was getting scared of the potential threats that was happening through here with Twitter and such. But the time has just come up. Is there anything else in your final regards?
Final regards. I mean, yes. Okay, I would love to go back. I want to buy a WNBA team. I think when I
Holy shit, sir. I think you almost just got shot again.
Sir.
what was that?
Oh, my sir.
Was that a Nerf gun? Okay, first off, you missed. Okay, second off, if you're gonna try to hit somebody, use real bullets. Okay, He's a wuss. He tried to use a Nerf gun. What is with the Nerf gun? Nobody uses Nerf guns. I don't know what that was.
Sir, I got to be honest with you. It was Tech's decision. It wasn't our decision. They said, let's shoot him with a Nerf gun, give him a little scare. We understand the PTSD might be spiking up again, and I apologize for that.
I bet it was his idea.
It was never my idea.
I'm not going to lie to you, sir. It very much so was.
It's
And
always
we
losers.
will have this
It's always the
conversation.
losers. You seem like a cool dude.
Appreciate that,
You
sir.
got this tattoo on you. What is that tattoo?
It's Michael
Lovely
Myers.
tattoo.
Thank you.
Michael Myers.
With
What
a
a great
knife.
guy, Michael Myers. I mean, he wasn't. He killed people, but great guy. You
Yeah.
know, just like Hannibal Lecter. You look at Hannibal Lecter. Great guy, great doctor. But, you know, he started eating people, and they said, you can't do that. So,
Well, thank you very much for the final regards of this round, sir. Now on to the final motion of this debate. Let's get on to Donald J. Trump.
okay. Joe completely did not answer any questions. He doesn't know what's going on. I think Jill needs to come pick him up. Would you say he was? She was doing something. She was
Let's do the
shopping.
Joanne Fabrics.
Joanne. What a great name, Joanne. It's Joe and it's Ann. Two names.
Two
into
names
one.
put into one. You get some great fabric there.
Big fan of it.
Fantastic fabric.
Big fan of it, sir.
They make the mega hats at Joanne.
At Joanne?
There's a lady named Joanne. I don't know if it's the same or not, but that's what they do.
I got you. A little bit of
Coincidence.
confusion. It's understandable. Let's get into what I'm sure you've heard through the thing of the classic game of Fuck, Marry, Kill. Are you familiar, sir?
I've heard of it. I think it's a little vulgar, a little crass, but you know, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do flip off, marry, kill. How about that?
Flip
off.
Flip off.
Because there's some
marry,
people,
kill.
you know, you don't wanna kill them, and you don't want to fight them. I don't know what Joe was talking about. First off, he said tie her up and put her in a basement. That's not fighting.
That's
And he said
kidnapping.
something about gasoline and waiting. What's gonna happen to this gas, Joe? What is going on? You have tremendous problems with your gas. When I was president, gas prices were so low. They were never lower, okay? It was probably the lowest prices of gas ever,
I
okay?
agree.
So low. But, you know, what were we talking about? Yes, so flip off. Some people, they're not stupid enough that you hate them. You just want to say, hey, you suck, middle finger to this guy. So we're going to do that. And I would flip off Rosie O'Donnell. She was one that you suggested, right?
Sir, that was not. But, I mean, you can share that opinion in this last regard here.
Okay, so
The
maybe
three
we'll...
people that we had, sir, don't mean to cut you off. I apologize for that one. I see the way you're looking at me, and I apologize. I just want to.
Okay, excuse me. This is my podcast now, okay? This... I'm just kidding. I jest.
That's
okay?
a joke.
No,
I
but
get it, Mr. President. That was a great joke.
I'm one of the boys. What can I say?
I like it.
So I understand the people you had: Michelle Obama, Big Mike. We had Big Mike. I think Big Mike. You've got to. You know, here's the thing. You said flip off, marry, kill. Quite frankly, I think we're gonna flip her off because you know if she's actually Big Mike, then that's sad because she's living such a sad life and. She's forced to do these terrible things where she pretends who she is, but she's not who she was. We'll get rid of that. But we're going to kill Hillary because we did that in 2016, and we're going to do it again whenever she runs again, even if she doesn't run again, she's just never going to run again because we killed her so bad. And then flip off whoever was Nancy Pelosi, terrible woman. She's so bad, but she's so old at this point. She might die at times. So we don't even need to kill her because we're just going to flip her the bird and give her the word.
You can rhyme, sir. You can rhyme. I did not understand
It's
that you
true.
you had novels on you. In this last couple moments of this debate, you have the privilege of closing this one out. What are you going to do for America if when you become president? And for your final regards, what do you got to tell the people?
Well, I'll tell you this. Quite frankly, I am the greatest president ever. Okay, I was the greatest president. I will be the greatest president. I will totally beat everybody ever. Okay, you throw anybody at me, I'll beat him. I'll beat Joe. I'll beat Kamala. I'll beat lots of people. You throw them at me, I'll beat them. And when we do, we are going to take the White House. So we're going to make America so great. Right now, it's not so great, but it's got the ability to be so great. It is the greatest country in the world. Okay, and there's a lot of countries. You look at Antarctica. You look at China. You look at South America. That's a great country. But we are going to do so well, and we're gonna bring everything back. We're gonna bring back jobs. We're gonna bring back. We're not gonna bring back mosquitoes. We've heard a lot of bad things about mosquitoes, but we're gonna bring back so many things, and we're gonna close the border. That's the most important thing. We're gonna close it because we don't need that border open. Okay, we don't need it open. We need it closed, and people can get in legally. There's a lot of great people from countries, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it so well. Probably, I know I'm talking a long time, but I'm saying so many truths right now, so many facts.
That was an awful lot. And that is the alarm to end this debate. Thank you very
That's a
much,
great
sir.
closing statement, Mr. President. Well,
Very
future.
firm grip. Very firm grip.
Thank you.